The great and powerful Bryan Young is back. I know a lot of people were upset that I left and that nobody actually got upset. I'm just kidding. I did want to show something though. We do. We only have one left of these. 12 thumbs up, please. They do have a broken window, opened window. These are nice cars, I will admit. That's pretty cool. That window that's split. All the details. Not bad. Nice car. Nice car. And then our gold, our orange. I just got word that these are arriving soon. Very soon. And these cars are coming very soon. All of the favorites, the supers, the classics, and these right here. These are going to be sweet. I'm just saying, these are going to be sweet. And the classic, those are nice too. I love these. If this is not my second favorite series, this one right here is. This one right there. Nice cars. Nice looking cars. Really nice. Well, we are back. I don't really have myself together yet on exactly what I'm going to do. I just wanted to get a live stream today so everybody in the store. I've got a bunch of cars that I'm supposed to sign. I'm going to wait until Matt gets here. He can tell me which cars I can sign. There's a bunch of cars I have to sign. Yeah, the F1 set, that's going to be coming soon, the end of January. We got word that will be coming the end of January. And we got those on pre-order. Or they're ready to come. Now, we did get more of these cars. There are more of these in stock if you want to add these to your collection. These are nice. That comes in the red and the yellow. These are still available if you want. Still available. Now, people have to understand one thing. Number one, that I do this show. I do this daily show at the pleasure of me, just so everybody knows that this is my show, and this is our store, Ryan, Daniel's, and my store, and we are just we are a small mom and pop store, and yeah, we're sold out of those. See, the problem is that we got this going. We get this store going literally on a fluke. You know, I can't really explain it more than that. I mean, I was basically, I mean, everybody knows I was retired, just to let you know. I mean, I did not have to work anymore, in a sense that my wife was full-time teacher. I did all this 20 years ago, up until 2013. I was traveling all over the country selling slot cars. I didn't need to do this. You know, it was really Ryan that came to me. Hey, Dad, let me open a store. I said, fine, whatever. And by doing our first exclusive, it kind of took off. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of it kind of springboarded, and we started doing exclusives, you know, and then everybody else started doing it. I mean, people have been doing them, but not to the extent that I was doing them. And one thing I did notice that while I was gone last week, I really truly enjoyed it, every minute of it. Just driving around and visiting people. I mean, I extremely enjoyed it. I mean, to the point where I could do that 24/7. I've done everything I've wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys have been watching me for the last 4 years. You know, some of you guys are new, obviously. Snuggles, other people are new. They just started watching the last 6 months. You know, There's one thing that Bryan said to me when I was leaving. I gave him a big hug, and I kissed him, and I said, he said to me, "I'll never forget this." It's kind of like what Kimmy said to me. He said, "This is the last time I'm going to see you, isn't it?" And I hugged him, and I cried, and I said, "No, Bryan, I'll be back." He almost like, that was the first time he said to me, almost like he knew this was going to be the end. And I'm telling him, I said, "No, I'm going to be back." I said, "Hang out until June. Can you hang out until June?" You know? And I mean, I enjoy doing these videos. I just like to entertain. I've always entertained. I love to just randomly talk to strangers and just comment. But traveling to my brother, my sister, to Steve, to Bryan, to Bill at IMAX was just entertaining. It was just, and then seeing nobody's home, or not nobody's home, but by the beach, and seeing his collection. Man, he's got a collection. And he lives on near Cape Coral, there in Fort Myer. You know, and seeing him and his big collection. You know, that's why we started this whole thing. You know, we have all these exclusives that we've done, and I don't know if Daniel told you about it, but so there's about 10 of them that we are just very low on, and I remember when we did this one here. This is probably the prettiest. This is probably the prettiest exclusive that we've done. Okay, and we have less than 24 of these left. I like the rustiness of it, and it's similar to this one, but it's not rusty. And I was 62 when I made that one, the Dodge Charger. But this is how it all got started. And I'm sold out of the original 4. Or yeah, let's see, the 2 Nomads, the 2 Bel Airs, 5, and the Batmobile. Those are the original 5. And those are gone. Those have been so gone that they're history. They're in the history books. Sorry about that. Now, I did find this in the British store when I was in Florida. And these are Walker's Mini Shortbread Festive Shapes. Boy. Now, I've got something to tell everybody. And I know it's going to shock to a lot of people, but I have been wondering whether I should do this. Now, a lot of people think, yes, Bryan, you should do this. And And so I am more than 50% on ready to do it, okay? And that is to, but I need your help to do this starting Monday. You know what it is? Now, if somebody can guess what I want to start on Monday, and I'm going to do it for 30 days, you are going to win a Ford GT. The first person to guess what I'm going to do on Monday will win a Ford GT. Okay, so it's carb, no pop, low carb diet. Bob, admit that you like McDonald's. Carb-free diet. A diet. Prepping to sell the business. Diet and exercise. I'm already exercising. Morning walks. Boy, you guys are missing it. Wow, I thought this would be easy. No fast food. No eating in front of the camera. No cookies. Joining Adam's live stream. No cookies. Man, you guys are good. And it's going to be the hardest thing that I'm going to do for 30 days. Matter of fact, I need your support because it's going to be extremely difficult. And I don't know if I can even do it. I just want to see what happens after 30 days. Now, it is going to be the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, okay? No, I have not. I used to, when I had bad acne when I was in the Navy, and everybody said, oh, if you quit drinking pop, you won't have acne. Okay, so I quit drinking Coke, pop for a whole year. Nothing happened. I still had acne. Okay, let's see. Getting rid of the extractions. No, because these are the best cars made. Extraction. Okay, stop swaying. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see here. Nobody's getting it. Oh my gosh. No farting on camera. Oh, you guys are terrible. Oh my gosh. I can't believe you guys aren't well, think about it. Come on, guys. You're saying managing the mattress store. I can man the mattress store like no Chick-fil-A. I mean, come on. Seriously. No picking on David. Oh, I love picking on David. Letting the kids do the stuff and taking care of the store, and you take more time off. Well, first of all, you guys are just guessing at things that if you listen to what I'm saying, you'll maybe understand what I want to do for 30 days. Okay? So, this car is for sale or free if you guys can guess what I'm going to do on Monday. I mean, I thought Adam would just guess it right off the bat. I just thought Adam would just nail it right on. See, now you're not listening. You know, the no live streams. How good is that? Now, I could do no live streams tomorrow, and it wouldn't affect me at all. It is not live streams. Now, and the reason I say it's going to be difficult because it's going to be a reorganization of my life, basically. And it is going to be the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. Becoming a Democrat. I can't believe you guys aren't getting this. And this is for a GT40. Unbelievable. Going back to boot camp. Spend more time with the children. Working part-time. How is that the hardest thing I could do? Are you guys listening to your answer or questions? I mean, serious. Parts for Gigas? Are you guys reading your comments? Okay. What do you mean road trip for 30 days? That's not the most difficult thing in my life. Think about it, guys. This is going to be the most difficult thing I have ever done in my life. Okay? And I don't even know if I can do it. That's the problem. I don't know if I can do it. No, that's not it. Walking to Florida. Oh my gosh. You know, it's so funny. You know, you guys are just throwing out I didn't wear my hat for a whole week because I forgot it. I give up. Stop drinking soda and Coke. Not wearing your hat. Retiring from slot car. Skydiving at from 12,000 feet. That is so silly. I cannot believe nobody's got it yet, guessed it yet. I can't believe it. I literally can't believe nobody has stop having an opinion. Going back on a submarine. Okay, how is that the most difficult thing in my entire life, Dennis Osborne? Your questions, you have to think about what I just said. I am going to do the most difficult thing of my entire life. And I don't even know if I can do it. Brain surgery. Oh my gosh. Grow a beard. Get back. You guys are terrible. I can't even believe it. You win a free car if you can guess what I'm going to start doing on Monday. And I don't even know if I can do it. I'm hoping Jesse can help me. Not being a boss. Oh my gosh. Have a road trip live stream without wiper noises. Adam, you are a jerk. No, it's not. Oh my gosh. Tell your wife you're the boss. Get Young Junior. I can't believe it. I really thought that this would be, somebody would guess this right off the bat. You know, matter of fact, I'm going to even up it. I'm going to up it. I'm going to up it, okay? Sell all Tyco. No, we're going to get rid of all AFX. We're going to quit selling AFX. Stop taking phone calls from Derek. Ha, that's pretty bad, Adam. I can't believe you said that about Derek. Oh, come on, people, please. Please guess this correct. All right, I'm going to add the Challenger to this car, to this free. So here, if you guess what I'm going to try to start doing on Monday, and I can't say that I'm going to try. I have to do this. Oh, he got it. Oh, Adam, I can't believe it. Dang it. Why would he win that? Ah, crap. I didn't want him to win. He's such a jerk. Unbelievable. Dag nabbit. Unbelievable. He's the last person that I wanted to win on this thing. So, here's what I've got to do. By the way, tomorrow is Alex's surgery. Yes, we will be praying for him. Now you need to go on his live stream to award the cars. That's awesome. Well, came pretty close. Impossible to have any, it's impossible to have any sugar intake. That's what I've been told. And I'm wondering if I'm going to have a meltdown. Because I love sweets. No, I have to stay. Okay, let me make this very clear, okay? It will be a diet in which there is no bread, okay, or cornmeal. I mean, you can have cornmeal because there's no sugar in, well, corn is sugar. See, that's the problem. Lots of things out there aren't sweets, but have sugar in them. No, I know, Scott Meyer. I know that. Because just eat meat, I could have so in the morning I could eat an egg and bacon, okay, and then for lunch I could just have, and can't have popcorn because that's sugar. Pizza has sugar, yeah, yeast, tomatoes, pizza, everything. Nice put, Adam. Just eat meat. No, I know it. It's just eat meat. It's just eat meat. Anyway, that is what I am debating or trying to get the nerve to do. Now I have to send Adam these 2 cars. I can't believe it. Unbelievable. We're selling a ton of stuff. It is amazing. What did you win, Adam? You won this. An axle. No, you won this car right here. This really very limited car. And there's Mac Henry. Mac Henry did a great job while I was gone. I have no complaints with Mac Henry. Yes, that's a miracle. And Mac Henry did a really good job, actually. He did a very good job. There's only one thing that I have against Mac Henry. There's just one thing that bothers me above anything else about Mac Henry. Can anybody guess what that is? No, I don't want you to guess because Adam will probably win, and I don't want to give him any more things. Matt Henry likes to collect my stuff and then put it someplace, and then I never can find it, you know. But they did a good job on New Year's Eve. I thought they did an awesome job on New Year's Eve. I thought everybody did a great job, and it was a great show. Now let's get, we got to do something here. We can't be on, we can't be on TikTok anymore. So we lost all those customers on TikTok, which is very disappointing. Yeah, how George Soros got the Medal of Freedom is unbelievable. You can't make this stuff up. That is probably the most evil man in America, in the world right now. I mean, there are eviler men, but the things that he's done to cities with his liberal DAs is just unbelievable. And you know, they're going to get their just reward, I guess. You know, it's just like, it just doesn't make any sense. All right, so let's see here. Let's get, Bryan is back, and let's look at slot cars and why they are so fun. All right, so we're going to do a live stream on X and on YouTube, and I'm gonna do some videos on YouTube too about some of the stuff that we have coming. Okay, so I'm gonna come down this aisle first, and I'm gonna just kind of explain to new customers and to old customers. So this is another video about Protinkertoys.com, and I am back. We can never really know that Adam won't see him in the time. What is Bryan's what is Bryan complaining? I'm not complaining about anything, Rob Rodriguez. I'm just saying that I might be going on a sugar-free diet on Monday, which I want to try to eliminate 95% of the sugar that I eat. Now, that is going to be extremely hard for me. And I need everybody to pray for me, to support me, because where did this come from? Who put you up to this? Oh, great. All right, well, here's what happened. I realized that David is gaining a little bit too much weight. And that's my fault, really. And Frankie has too much weight. And we need to change what we're doing, or else David is going to be in serious health problems. And I had so much fun with David. And I don't want anything to go wrong with David. You know what I'm saying? It's not something that I have to do. I don't have to do anything. I am physically, I'm fine. The doctor says I'm a little bit over 40 pounds. I'm 40 pounds overweight. 50, you could probably say I'm 70 pounds, because I'm 270 pounds. you know, you could say that I'm a little overweight, okay? But you know, I spent time with David, and it was probably the funnest time I've had in the last. Yeah, I just, you know, I'm 65, and I've had 6 kids, and Bryan is my oldest. Catherine is my youngest of my original children. Then I've got Mark, Missy, Frank, and David. And they're just fun to be with. They're fun to do things with. I enjoy Missy. I enjoy Frankie and David. I guess I have some connection with David because he's the youngest. And and when I was with Steve and Ashley, that's Steve's wife is Ashley. She just loved David. Matter of fact, she said you could leave David with me for, you know, however you went, you know, and I'll just watch David. He's a great kid. And Mark is doing okay. He just, you know, he's young. He's 18. What does an 18-year-old need to do? Okay. He's got his whole life ahead of him. And if he wants to work real hard for the next couple of years and figure out what he wants to do, his whole life is ahead of him. Don't eat anything after 7 p.m. Yeah, there are a lot of diets out there, people, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody's opinion and thought on how to diet, okay? And everybody's got their way of doing it, okay? I'm not saying that I don't want to hear that. I'm not saying that that is good or bad. You know, everybody's got their way of doing it. The matter of fact, I could go into Books A Million, and there's a whole aisle. There's a whole aisle on dieting. Okay, just on dieting. Just on dieting. Frankie did a great job while we were gone. He just, Daniel said he was just great at what he was doing. Frankie just is no, you could do whatever you want, but on Monday, if everything goes planned, okay, that Young's household is going to be completely different, okay? Because I will not eat anything. And so I have to restructure how the house is going to be, and the refrigerator, and the everything is going to have to be different, okay? And see, people say, well, no sugar diet, okay? Well, you do need certain things for your body to at least, you know, be continuing. Now, I'm sure that let's ask Siri. Hey, Siri, can you physically have a no sugar diet? I unlocked it. Hey, Siri, can you ever have a no sugar diet? It's possible to adapt a no sugar diet plan. However, okay. When you whether you avoid added sugar completely intake, read the labels first. Okay, so here's what they're saying. Yeah, many people deal with sugar withdrawals during the first week. So you're feeling cranky or craving sugar unless you're alone. Now, what did it have uptake? Where did I read this? Okay, by adopting a no sugar diet, you risk for these health conditions significantly decreases, keeping in mind that you may get sick with the new diet. Number one, start gradually. Okay, number two, cut the obvious sources. Start reading food labels. So that's the three things. See, now I could stop drinking pop. I did it 40 years ago. Actually, I was 23. 40 years ago. Wow. I've done that before. Okay. You know, it's like where do you draw the line? Okay, like for example, orange juice. Okay. Now, somebody could say, well, orange juice has sugar in it. Okay. Now, that's a natural sugar. Okay. That's basically it's kind of similar to cane. You know, the cane is sugar. Okay. That's a natural plant. Okay. And now, should I be drinking or should I be eating cane for the rest of my life? Okay. Just eat low carbs until you can cut them out. Your energy load will crash and you will have massive headaches, be moody. You're going to get through that first week or so. You can't even have eggs. They have sugar. That's what I'm saying. So if you can't have eggs, an egg is protein, okay? Where do you draw the line? Okay? And that's the question, okay? No OJ at all. See, and that's what's so funny. So a fresh squeezed orange, so you're telling me that when you know the orange trees are growing these fresh oranges, that the Spaniards coming to Florida and they see these beautiful oranges, that those are really bad for you, that an orange is bad for you? See, that I disagree with. Okay. The problem is everything in our diet has some sugar in it. Okay. And now I am not saying the worry way is to take on any sugar and to drink it. Hi, Jim. You can have eggs, lots of protein. Hi, Bob. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought eggs are great for you. Anyways, okay, let's stop that discussion because I need to go into slot cars. So let's go over the history of slot cars for everybody. Considering that I'm the expert in slot cars, right? Everybody would agree that I am the king of slot cars. How many people would say that I am the king of slot car? Thumbs up, okay? Everybody give me a thumbs up if you think I am the king of slot cars. Bob Beers. How many people think I'm the king of slot cars? Okay, we got one person. Bob from Electric Avenue. That's the first person that's given me a thumbs up. I'm bursting, Bryan. Good morning, Jim. How are you, buddy? I'm doing good. We got 2 thumbs up. Nobody's home has given me a thumbs up. Now, I like what nobody has done. He has put his name, Nobody's Home Paul. I wish everybody would do that. You know, like Snuggle Slot Car Den Phil. Scott Myers is giving me thumbs up. Rod Rodriguez, everybody is giving me thumbs up. I love it. Oh, we got Jim's Slot Car Obsessions has given me thumbs up. Scott Myers has given me a crown. We got Fred Flint has even given me a thumbs up. Oh, I love it. I love all of it. All right, so let's have a fun day today. Let's have a fun day today. So, it all started after World War II. Now, I was given this story back in 1999 by a gentleman that lived in Chicago, and he invited Grant Irwin and I to his house. This was 1999, honestly, after the Richter show in Chicago at the Rosemont Convention Center. He invited us to his house. And we went downstairs because he said, I have the most vintage slot car collection on earth. I said, wow, great, let's see it. So he had invited Grant Irwin and I to his house, and he was showing me all this stuff that he had vintage. And he pulled out this Scale Electric set from 1950s, I think, early 50s, late 48. He said, this is an original slot car set after the war. And what Scale Electric was doing is they were taking B-17, whatever bomber tires there were, and they were cutting them to make straight tracks and curved track into certain sections. They had a pattern, so they'd cut them, and then they would inlay a rail, okay, a single rail, not the flat one that's curved on a Scale Electric track now, but this was just a single rail. And he opened this box up, okay, and I saw it. And somebody can deny it, but I saw it. And on the bottom, you could flip the track over and you could clearly see that this was a tire at one time, okay? And so now I'm sure, and there are race sets maybe before that, during the Lionel days, they were probably experimenting with slot cars, but it got that excitement going because then if you look at the vibrators, okay, that's an AC kind of system that didn't last very long. Vibrators were an okay system, but limited, and that's when Aurora decided to go full bore into the Thunderjet chassis. The Thunderjet chassis, which is a pancake chassis, and that is the classic pancake chassis that everybody fell in love with in the 60s, okay? And the pancake is basically what? What is a pancake motor, basically? What's a pancake? Exactly. You got a stack of pancakes. You basically put things together, and that's like a pancake. And that's what this motor is, a pancake motor. Simple motor, and that's why it's model motoring, okay? And Aurora was in the plastics business. They were in everything. Yes, how can I help you today? I thought you said Ryan was coming today. Is that not happening?
I'll talk to him.
Or what are we doing?
Well, here, look.
What happened?
I gotta go to my thing here. Okay, products.
What happened?
Nothing happened. Why? Tag. So, I have the big deal. I have 30 and 40 right now, but I still need to make 10 and 20.
Of what?
The big deal. It's a big deal.
What is?
The deal. It's the big deal.
No, but you're coming in. See, this is the problem that you have, Daniel, is when you come in and you all of a sudden just start talking without a background to me, it's really difficult for me to understand what you're talking about.
Okay, let me slow it down.
No, let's start all over again. Okay.
A lot of these Auto World cars have 40% off because they're part of the deal, the big deal.
The big deal.
So if I go to the tag, the big deal 40. See it right there?
And when is that happening?
It's right now. It's been happening. Just we haven't promoted it at all.
The big deal.
The big deal. It's got no attention.
So we have a big deal going on right now. Up to 40% off Auto World?
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
A lot of it is older stuff. there's not a lot of newer stuff, but a lot of the older stuff is 40% off.
Who approved that?
We have to get rid of this stuff because we're trying to get SCX in and stuff like that. So we got to move some of our slower moving inventory.
So this sale, are we sending an email out, or what do I need to do now?
I sent an email teaser, and then I'm going to be sending an email out. But if you look for the big deal 40 and 30, they're all set up.
The big deal 40 and 30.
And it's at the homepage right now. So if you go to the homepage.
So if you go to the homepage.
So I'm going to the homepage, right? I haven't connected to your internet here. Why haven't I connected to the internet?
All the deals.
Yeah.
I see all the deals.
Yeah, all the deals. All these things are either 10 to 40% off. Each item, when you click it, will tell you how much off it is. So like this right here, see how this says, use code BIGDEAL40 for 40% off. That's going to be attached to that one. So you get a red, big red box there. Tells you what discount code to use.
Oh, I see.
But right now, I only have 40%. I have a bunch of Scale Electric off on 40%.
Now, some of these cars you can't put on 40% because they're still under MAT pricing.
I've made sure that none of the orderable cars are on it.
Got it. Okay.
All those cars, I even tagged those cars.
But you got 405, the Meachams.
What?
And it says use code big for this 40% off.
So 406 Meacham Auctions is no longer orderable. It's off there. It's expired. They don't sell it anymore.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this started right now then. You're saying that there's a big deal 40 and a big deal 30?
There will be a 20 and 10 as we find items we want to add to it. We gotta move some older inventory.
Correct, I know. That's why I'm just kind of talking about slot cars today. Okay. So do you have any idea about Ryan? That's not happening today?
Well, I'll talk to him.
When is he leaving?
Tomorrow.
What time is he leaving tomorrow?
He hasn't really given me a good
idea. Mac Henry?
Yes, sir.
I have some complaints about you from the audience.
File Form 237, sir.
Will you get me it?
Yes.
Get me file. What is it called? 230?
237.
237. Get me that form. Unbelievable. Why I tolerate him, I have no idea. You know why I tolerate Mac Henry? You know why I tolerate him? Do you know why I have to tolerate Mac Henry? Do you really want to know why I have to tolerate Mac Henry? Do you know why? Does anybody have any idea why I tolerate Mac Henry? Oh my God. All right. Now, this is... Holy cow. Because let's see. Hey, Jeffrey Hansel's here. Hey, I guess Jeffrey Hansel, Jeffrey Hansel, he doesn't like me. But he does come over when I'm not there. So he came over, I guess, on New Year's Eve. I don't know. Maybe he did. My wife says that silent Mike came over and he brought his friend. Well, the only friend that I know that little silent Mike brings over is Jeffrey Hansel. Okay, so I'm sure Jeffrey was over there on New Year's Eve because I wasn't there. Anyways, I always like Jeff. You know why I like Jeff? Because Jeff is one of those guys that just, he likes to tinker, and so he just, he's one of those creative guys, okay? And he's a nice guy. I like to tease him a lot. All right, so this is the pancake motor, okay? And this is what really catapulted Aurora in the 60s. But another thing that was catapulting in the 60s was 1/32 scale and 1/24 scale. I mean, it was everywhere. And this is, I tell people this all the time. I went into a store. Where was this store? I think it was in New England somewhere. It was in Maine. No, it wasn't in Maine. Okay, where was that store? Either it was in Maine or New Hampshire. One state in New England. I go into this store, and all over the shelves, the top shelves, is all of this vintage 1/32. And it all had Sears, it had J.C. Penney's. Back in the 60s, J.C. Penney's and Sears, especially Sears had over 2,000 items in their catalog for slot cars at one time. They were carrying everything slot cars, Sears was. 1/32 was everywhere, okay? It was in the movies, it was in everything, 1/32. And if you grew up in the 60s, okay, which I did, but that was my basic years. And I call them between 1 and 11 are your fun years, your basic years. You're not really notice what was going on. You're just having fun. But I had a lot of fun between 1960, I started remembering things probably 1962 to and then 62 all the way to 70. And so slot cars was huge. I mean, huge in America in the 1960s. It was everywhere. Okay, Montgomery Ward's another one. Oh my gosh. They had a huge line of product. Okay. And then Aurora was making a ton of cars, okay, in the 60s. And 90% of their cars were Thunderjets. That was the key line, okay, was Thunderjets in the 60s. You know, the race that, that was on Really Like Just Stars Tonight. This is Ed Sullivan. That's where he did the race. Really Big Show Tonight, Guest Stars, the Husbands. And so Thunderjets is what propelled it all into, and Thunderjets, I started playing with it in 71, 72 because they were still popular. But then in the early 70s, Steve Russell's dad, Rick Russell, started the AFX division at Auto World, at Aurora. And that's what it's called, AFX, Aurora Factory Experimental, AFX, Aurora Factory Experimental. They were experimenting. They were thinking new ways to do cars. And then that brings us to the next car, which is, who can tell me which car it is? What's the next car in the evolution? Can anybody tell me? All right, I lost all my cars. Who can tell me what the next car in the evolution is? Can anybody tell me next car in the evolution scale? The next car in the evolution, okay, was the magnet traction, or it was similar to, it was the extraction chassis or the magnet traction. It was Magna during Aurora days because they didn't have a magnet on the bottom. The magnets were the magnets in the car, and that's what kind of gave it some attraction to the track. Exactly, Steve. Magna traction, okay? And this chassis just exploded, okay? I mean, went nuclear, okay? Everybody had to have the extraction chassis. Now, AFX, or not AFX, but Tyco, they were producing in the 60s. They were creating items, but they were not as popular as Aurora was, okay? And everybody wanted to have Aurora, okay? I was playing, because my mom married Mac in 73, and I was still playing with slot cars when I moved to Bowling Green until about 75 is when I kind of quit playing with them. Oh, I see. wasting your time on, oh my gosh, he's doing it again. He's trying to get me upset. He is. So you had Magnet Traction, which was very popular. I mean, super popular. I mean, it was everywhere, okay? Aurora must have made 50, if not 60 million cars in the 1970s. Literally, that many cars. You say, no way, Brian. Oh, yes way, okay? Oh, yes way, okay? If you got all these guys and all these shows with all these cars, there's no way that they could have any of these cars other than there were so many of these cars put into the marketplace that you have some left over, okay? Why do you still see Ford Model Ts around? Because they made 10 million of them. And so slot cars had such a progression. And then as you were getting into slot cars, okay, as you were starting to play, well, there were different bodies that people liked, okay? They might have been a Hearst. They might have been a drag car. Okay, now Auto World puts some of their drag cars on, well, no, they're all 4-gear, but this is a 4-gear. The next evolution to Auto World was the 4-gear chassis, okay? Now, what's a 4-gear chassis? Well, I like the 4-gear.
There's a form you acquire.
So Mac Henry literally wasted 20 minutes doing this.
Right.
Official document. Protinkertoys forming a complaint form 273. Please circle the box applied. This complaint is for PT employees. Does not complaint involve Bryan Carter Young? Well, you spelled my name wrong, so that's the first thing that's wrong. You did it twice, and you did it 3 times and 4 times. So, oh my God, are you sure that this complaint does not involve Bryan Young? Is it okay if the complaint involves Bryan Carter Young? To be clear, you cannot definitively complain about Bryan Carter Young. We get a lot of complaints, and we just try to speed across the process. To be absolutely clear, this is not a complaint about Bryan Carter Young. Are you sure? Because most of the starts and stops with him, and we would like to speed this along. Does this complaint involve Mac Henry? Yes. See, what's item 794?
That's the bottom of the page.
All complaints involving Mac Henry require authorization letter from Donald J. Trump signed. What a...
You got to follow the form. I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, number one, you got my name wrong. All right, so this is a 4-gear chassis, okay? This is a typical 4-gear chassis from Auto World, okay? Very popular chassis. Now, some people, and I've said this from the very beginning, okay? Everybody has their way of racing, okay? Jeffrey Hansel has his way of racing. Silent Mike has his way of racing, okay? And that's what, hey, Robert Fish, oh, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Justin Trudeau, you're losing him, yay. Maybe Perrier, or whatever his name is, Perrier, you finally are free. And pretty soon, Robert, you're going to be the 51st state. Okay? Oh, I can't wait to be able to just go across Canada without any, you know what? Let me just tell you something. And this is what happened after COVID, which is after 9/11. Before 9/11, I used to work for Irwin Toy Company, which was stationed in Toronto. My family, every summer, we would get in our cars and we would drive to Kearney, Ontario for camping. We would just drive there. We would give them our driver's license. We're saying we're going to Kearney. Every summer, we would go to Kearney, Ontario. We would just go camping. Can't do that anymore. You need to have passports. It's a joke. The border between the United States and Canada should be opened up. And if you have a driver's license, then you should be able to go anywhere you want in Canada. Anyways, I think that's coming. I think that's coming by the end of Trump's. Dream on, Bryan. Trudeau is on his way out the door. I know that. It's so awesome. Trudeau is out the business. Actually, Trudeau is what's his name? Son, illegitimate son. But we can't say that or else we get banned. All right, so I'm so happy for Robert Fish that he's now going to be in a free country, and hopefully his economy, they'll get rid of that carbon tax. That is the stupidest tax you could ever have, is a carbon tax. I mean, you cannot, that's like taxing me exhaling carbon. It's stupid. Anyway, I'm so happy for Robert Fish. These next 4 years, Robert Fish is going to be buying so many slot cars because the Canadian dollar is going to be the same value as the US dollar. I'll guarantee you, I'm going to guarantee everybody here that by the end of 4 years, the Canadian dollar will be the same price as the US dollar. But you can take that to the bank. 4 gear. Lovely, love the chassis. I love the double magnets. Okay, this is a very popular chassis, and they're great for kids. You know why they're great for kids? Because they can go a little faster and not fly off the track. And you could take a 4-gear chassis because the tire moves 3 different down, so the tire can be adjusted 3 different ways. You could really put this on a lot of bodies, just so you know. You don't necessarily have to put them on the drag bodies. But these are very popular chassis, and these are the 4-gear chassis. Okay? Very popular. Very popular. Very popular. So, Mac Henry, I think what I'm going to have to do is you know what I need to do is just fire Mac Henry for a day and say, Mac Henry, you're fired for the day. You can come back tomorrow, but today you're fired. Now, once you had 4 gear, okay, then what you had was the downfall. I'm going to tell you the downfall of Aurora. So the downfall of Aurora is their G Plus cars. They went through an evolution of all these super G Plus cars, the Super 3s. I think the Super 3s were their best idea, was all the little components that you could add to a magnetraction or a 4-gear to kind of soup it up. The problem was the buyers at all these department store chains were wanting all these creative things, and Aurora kept having to reinvent themselves over and over and over again. That takes a lot of money. That investment, it takes out money. And then if you're getting a lot of returns from bad sets, that's again going to take a lot of money. And I think that's what killed Aurora. I guarantee you that's what killed Aurora. Okay. And the other thing that killed Aurora was all the licensing they had to start doing. See, there was no licensing in the 1970s or 60s. There was no licensing. You didn't have to worry about licensing in the 60s. But in the 70s, that all changed. So you basically have your Thunderjets, you have your extraction. Now, some people don't like extraction, which Snuggles doesn't like it, and that's fine. Everybody has their opinion, but I just wish people would be polite about their opinion about certain things, okay? You could say, I don't like them, and that's fine. But to say they're junk is a little extreme to me, and I don't like that, just personally, okay? And so those are the 3 chassis that evolved between the 1960s and 70s. Now, there are other chassis made. You got, this is a Tyco 440. It's a narrow body. And this was more of an inline motor. It was basically a sealed motor. You didn't have to change any components of it. It wasn't a pancake motor. It was kind of, it's not like the inline motor in the AFX cars because they're a sealed motor, completely sealed, okay? And Aurora started, let's see, Robert Fish. Aurora tried to develop all kinds of games and used slot car money to fund it. It was basically a failure. Oh, no, but see that, you have to understand the buyers, okay? And I understood this very clear when I worked for Irwin Toy because we had a lot of these buyers, okay? Or we had a lot of these buyers from from all these department stores that literally, they'd want the stupidest things.
Do we sell extra track for the Johnny Lightnings?
Yeah, why?
She's looking to get some more.
Yeah, we have lots of it.
Is it just the regular Auto World track?
No, it's listed under JL.
JL, okay.
But it's all down at the warehouse.
Oh, you don't have, I can come back to
No, but the best way to buy it, though, because the best way to get more track is to buy, where is she?
buy another set.
Yes, because they're so cheap.
I was gonna do that because I wanted to see how he likes this, and then we're gonna get him a better one, and he loves it. He just loves this thing.
And just because your track, you're going to double the track, basically.
Yeah, and it could still work off the. Do you sell extra remote?
I don't. Oh, yeah, why?
Well, I have two in the new one. So.
Exactly. That's the way to do it. Because they're so cheap. They're normally a $99 set, but I've got them at like $45,
Yeah,
I think.
'cause that's what I paid for it. So I thought, get him the, because we had one like that as a kid.
Everybody
And
did.
my
That's what I'm
husband-
talking about. Slot cars. Yes.
My husband
Just
loved
get him
it.
another set.
That's what I'll do. All right, thank you.
Do we have him here, there, Mac?
Yes, there's more.
Oh, yeah, we got a lot. And like for cars now, if you want to get him different type of cars, here, I'll show you all the Go cars.
Okay.
Because you can use all these cars on that set. You just have to adjust the braids to get into the track, but they will work. And that's all these cars. Like if you wanted to get him some, futuristic race, kind of like Lego cars, you've got all these cars here.
These are pretty much like the ones that he has with it now, right?
Similar, not that style. But you've got Minions. All these cars will work on the set. These are all about 22. All right. So so the buyers basically the buyers of, like, let's say the buyer of Walmart, they would say, hey, we want this kind of set. We want the loops. No, the loops aren't going to sell it very well. No, we want the loops. You can't really tell no to a buyer because then they'll just go to another company and the company will make them a loop. And then when they get a lot, see, the problem with a lot of these department store chains, they don't care if they don't sell because they're just they're gonna do a buyback, or not a buyback. What's it called? Not a kickback. Oh shoot, there's a terminology for it. Ah, dang it. Are we sold out of gangster? Oh my gosh. Are we sold out of gangster rifles? Okay. All right, thank you. All righty. And so, your department store chain, they would get, and that's the problem with Aurora. They were making all these stupid stuff, cliffhangers, all this stuff that just wasn't selling. Same thing with Tyco. Tyco got into the same problem, and that's why they were bought out by Mattel. Same problem. All right. And so the 4-gear goes really well with dragsters too. Okay. And these were very popular in the 1960s and 70s, or 70s really, with AFX, the AFX division. Then came your Super 3s, and that was the development of Super 3s. They were actually called the Super 2s. But this was another chassis that Aurora started to come out with. This motor is almost similar to the Tyco cars and like your G Plus cars, your Super G Plus, all these different cars they started to create, and they just kept adding more cars. Okay, everybody was going after speed. How fast can we go? How fast can we go? I want to go faster. I want to go faster. I want to go faster. And so the companies were just making this, and sooner or later it plateaued. And then there was a crash. And it really, if you really want to blame somebody, it really was the buyers. If I had to blame somebody on the crash of slot cars in the 70s, it was the buyers and a lot of these department store chains that were buying all this junk, okay, of all these weird things, and they were returning them. And you could only get a return on so much. Super 2 came out with the non-mag traction, yes, in 72, 73, yes. I'm not getting the exact dates because I'm not going for exact dates. But yes, I'm giving an overall view of where the slot cars and what they were doing and how fast things were evolving in the 70s and how it all got started. And everybody, that's why then people like this body, people like this chassis, and some people don't. Some people don't like this chassis because they can't modify the motor. They can't really enhance this other than adjusting the magnets or putting different tires on, maybe just modifying it so they can get an extra edge over somebody else. And that's why AFX is popular. But not everybody likes AFX. And that's good. And that's competition. Just like not everybody loves Ford. Not everybody loves Chevy. Not everybody loves Dodge. Everybody has their preference. And I'm just showing all the different preferences here, okay? We have a great selection of cars. We have Auto World. We have Race Masters. We have AFX. We have 4Gear. We have everything. You can change those motors out. Yeah, I'm sure that other people are making new motors or different motors. Yes, Robert is finally mag wheels. But hey, Bob, how is it doing New Year's Eve? You can replace the motors now. You don't need the circuit board. You can replace the tires, magnets can beat that car except the Viper. But how fast? That's what I've always said is, so how fast is fast? I've seen some tracks, wooden tracks, routed tracks with Lexan bodies on the chassis. Yeah, you can't even see the car. You're just, now some people like that. I personally don't. I've always liked the model motoring. You try to go as fast as you can without crashing. That's why they came up with the steering wheel. So, it's all had a faster than you. That's oh, I just love Jeffrey. Jeffrey, how's your girlfriend doing? Does she still like me? I know she does. Okay. Are you still off? I thought school was back in session. Sounds good, Steve. Let's see here. Neither 4Gear or Super 3. Somebody will always be making a car or chassis that is faster. Race cars are racing and winning. Now you can know that's not true because they banned. All these tracks are always banning somebody because they're the fastest. Okay, so if that was true, then you wouldn't need to have the what was that chassis that NASCAR came out with because we had to deal with it in SCX back in 2007. the universal car, the car of tomorrow or something. I think they called it. It was the same body for everybody, so they couldn't cheat. The same thing what happened with the Chaparral. You know, they had to ban that because it was too fast. They had to ban the GT40 because it was too fast. They had to ban this because it was too fast. They had to ban the Terrell because it was 6 wheels, because that's too fast. Everybody got banned because they were going too fast, because that's it. You're always trying to push the limit. Where is the limit? Well, there is no limit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I got to tell Mac Henry where this one thing is. Yeah, get it. Go get her. Get Xavier. Where's Xavier? Okay, so SC411, which is the lowrider Bel Air, the Ford Mustang Boss. So these are the things that Daniel already has tags for. And these are the ones that are coming in the soonest. Lowrider Boss Mustang. Buick GS. Let's see here. $1970. $412. Oh, $412 is this right here. So $412 SC411 or $412 are these cars right here. And these are the next assortment that are coming soon, okay? SC412. You got the Samba buses. You got the Dodge Daytona, the Ford Mustang, and the Johnny Lightning, and the 56 Ford F100. And that's $413. Let's see here. And these are the lowriders. Oh yeah, that's this assortment. 411 are the greatest. 411. And these are coming soon. I'm going to leave these right here because these are coming soon. And then this is 413, which is the Golf, the Ford Mustang, the Ram Charger, the F100, A and B. And that's coming soon too, 413. And then this is the next assortment. And then this is the next assortment along with this. And that's that assortment right there. Pizza for me. I wish I could do a lot of cars I want to do, but we got to get rid of all these exclusives. So we got F411, which is coming soon. And if you haven't pre-ordered these, do these. And then we have 412. That's the next assortment coming. 412. And then 413 is this assortment. All four of these are coming. And then we have the Johnny Lightning or the Speed Racer set coming too. That's just not here yet. We'll just put these right here because these are going to be new assortments soon. So I'll be able to show these off when I'll just be able to go down. Okay, so this is 411. These are all the cars that are in 411. And then we have all the race sets. We got a restock. We got a restock on the Fast Track set, which people love that set because it's got the two Super 3 cars in it. And we got more of the Breeze sets, which is really a must. Okay. The only reason I bought more of these Breeze sets is this is just a must set. It's a really good deal because it's got 16 feet of track, plus it's got these two cars. These are sweet cars. And then get that with an expanded set, a Breeze set or with an expanded set. Now you've got another chassis that you can swap, or body you can swap out. Okay, but this is a great set. And if you don't have the Breeze set, it is SRS 353, and this is on our website. We just got another shipment in because this is going to be a popular set, and I wanted not to be out of stock on this set just because of these two cars. This is a nice set. It's got the two Datsuns extraction chassis, which are probably the best chassis ever made. Look at these things. Aren't they sweet? Now, the only reason I say that is because I know that upsets Snuggles. So you want to get a Breeze set as soon as you can. And the California Cruising. We have two of the Transamerica sets left. And we have the Scooby-Doo set. We still have Scooby-Doo sets. Now, we're going to be on the 9. So I'm doing a new TV thing every month. It's called Protinkertoys Tinker's Best. And I'm going to be showing off new items every month on the 9. Okay? And we're going to show off different new items. I'm going to take a set up. I'll probably take a race set one day. I might take, a slot car. I might take one of our exclusives. I might take an RC car. But we're going to be then taking those and putting them on our website also. And it's going to be on the 9. And that starts on the 16th next week. I'll be doing my first show on the 16th. Wow. And so we're going to be, to promote Pro Tinker, don't forget, so that if you want to get a club car, these are our club cars for members. You're going to get this car free. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. We're putting it on a Thunderjet, Auto World Thunderjet chassis. These are custom made by 3D Custom. And we're going to give one car per club member. So if you want to get your sets, then when you're building your set, because this is the time that people start buying slot cars, from now until June. They build their layouts, then they kind of put them away, or they kind of put them, they don't do much with them, and then they get them out again in Christmas time and start doing it again. We have all the different sets that Race Masters makes. We have the Super International, the Infinity set, and we have all this track. This is all the track that you need for your layouts. Okay, we have the bank curves, the outer curves. We have 6-inch straights, 3-inch straights, adapters. We have the adapters to the old AFX click track. Not AFX. Yeah, AFX click track to the new Tyco. We have the Tyco converter track too. So all these things all are available here at Protinkertoys.com. We have all the straights, the curves, the switches, the straight track, everything you need to start your collection and start your layout. Okay, and that's what's awesome about slot cars is there's no limit. There's just no limit. I've seen so many different people that have the most advanced or most basic They have fun layouts. They have basic layouts. They have deluxe layouts. They just have fun stuff. And that's all there is to it. And that's what's so cool about slot cars. And if you want to get into 132nd, we have Carrera sets. We have Carrera layouts. We have fly cars. You want a good fly car? We got tons of fly. I mean, we have tons of fly cars now. I mean, they take this whole thing up. We must have got 8,000 cars from Kim. We have Scale Electric. We have Carrera. So there's all sorts of different layouts and different sizes of track that you can get into. You don't necessarily have to do HO. This is a 132nd car. And this is by Scale Electric. These have headlights. You can digitize them. You can run 6 cars on one track. We have every kind of thing you can imagine. And not only that, we also have toy guns. Has nothing to do with slot cars. Why I said that, I have no idea. That's for sure. So, when you're building your slot car track, there's one thing you want to do first. Number one is figure out how much money you want to spend. Now, if you want to just spend like a couple $100, get one set, get yourself a small sheet of plywood, probably about 4 by 6, even 3 by 6 you can do a nice layout on, or 3.5 by 6. You put like a little handle on it. You glue the track down with hot glue guns, or you can. That's the best way to do it. Or you just get a sheet of plywood, cover it with the small indoor-outdoor carpet, and lay your track on it, and that will usually hold the track down, okay? And then just build whatever kind of layout you want. Plus, we have all the buildings. And I want to start doing these again because I just got so much things to do. But these are all the scale buildings. The quad set hut is one of my favorite. This is a really cool, and these are just fun. And I found out they have a lot more, and I've got to get more of these in stock because I found out that they came out with almost 20 new scale models. Okay. This is a pit garage. We have the commercial steel garage. Now that's 132nd. We have 132nd. We have HO. We have every kind of building you could use to add to your layout. Okay. Now you could do the plastic ones too. These are just less expensive, but they're fun to put together. And they make your track look pretty awesome. Okay. And so you want to do all sorts of creative things to your layout to add to it, okay? And that's the important thing about it. All right, so let me do something real quick here. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing over and out. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1. Okay, this is Bryan Young, Protinkertoys, and I am back, baby. I am back. I had to go to myth. Anyways. Now. Oh, that was stupid. Okay, it's a new year at Protinkertoys.com, and we are showing off probably our most popular items in our store next to slot cars. And you're probably saying, what's a slot car? That's a slot car. You put it on a racetrack and you have fun. Now, what other kids love to do is play with cap guns. And we have the largest selection. Matter of fact, I'm the best. We have the largest selection of Goner guns. These are made in Spain, die-cast, high quality, and they are cap guns. Oh yeah, baby. These are the best. You cannot get a better cap gun than Protinkertoys.com. We have the best-selling rifles. These are all die-cast. Listen to that. Do you hear that? Do you hear the quality? Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah, baby. These are the best. Plus, we have all of the pistols. We have every pistol you can imagine. We have the 911, and we even have the Gangster. Now, this one is really popular, the Gangster. This is the one that, like Edwin G. Robinson, you do what? No, that was James Cagney. Yeah, see, that's Edwin G. Robinson, see? We're going to get you, see? If you don't listen, we're going to wipe you out there, buddy. Yeah, see? And this is the Gangster, most popular. We sold over 400 of these at Christmas. The most popular cap gun that we have is the Gangster. You do what? Very popular. Then we have just some nice wooden guns. These are just fun wooden guns, and this one like ejects a fake shell out of it, but it's all wooden. Just a fun little gun, okay? And these are all available at Protinkertoys.com. How about a Rommel's a pistol, the Desert Fox? Oh my gosh. Okay. Look at that baby. All of these cap guns are available at Protinkertoys.com. We have over 400 different varieties of cap guns. And they're awesome too. And they're all die-cast. 90% of them are die-cast, and they're made in Espanol. Do you know what Espanol means? It means Spain. They're made in Spain, and they all come from the spaghetti westerns in the 60s with Clint Eastwood. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Okay? And they all started from that time frame. And they're all available, guess where? They're available at Protinkertoys.com. 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 Okay, it's a new year at Protinkertoys.com, and we are showing off probably our Alrighty, that sounds like a good video, I think. Now we'll let that download. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. To be. If there ever was the wiz to be. So we've got a big sale going on. The big deal 20, big deal 30, big deal 40. Good grief, Brian. What's wrong? What happened? What happened there? Hey, guess what? Popular item. We sell die-cast cap guns, and we sell a lot of them at Protinkertoys.com. Well, you know what's really nice? Robert Fish is finally going to be living in a country that everything is going to be wonderful in 4 years. Everything is wonderful in Canada. Everything is wonderful in Canada. Let's see. Where the rain line lies mainly in the plain. Don't forget, they're called nugs. That's right. Well, no, it's okay if I say it, not if I don't show them on camera, okay? And like I posted it on YouTube, they don't care. It's Twitter, which is a communist country, which Twitter or not Twitter, but TikTok is basically communist. They're basically owned by the commies. You know, they're just red-blooded commies. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Now, let's see. Adam Hurt. I am so excited I won something from you. It's been a long time. Oh, my gosh. The guy's got serious mental issues. It is really amazing. Good grief.
You've been wanting to run over track.
Can I ask what you're doing? I thought you were fired for the day.
Yeah.
That didn't happen?
Didn't fill out the form properly.
Well, I didn't. It wasn't done right. So
need a
Trudeau,
letter.
what do you think, Justin Trudeau, communist or
Resigning.
what's his name?
Fine. After
His
10
his
years.
his dad, you know, is Karl Marx. You know,
That is Fidel Castro.
Castro.
Yeah.
If people don't believe that his dad is Fidel Castro, they're
it's suspiciously close.
no, they were swingers. His mom and dad used to go down to Cuba, and they used to swing around down there.
I'm not denying or
You're not denying or
but
confirming
I'm
it?
saying
No, it is funny
it
how.
looks.
Oh my gosh!
If,
And
if
it doesn't
looks
fall.
like a duck,
It doesn't
quacks
fall.
Like a duck,
Yeah, if it does,
it's definitely Fidel Castro.
it's Fidel Castro. That's right. The rain. All right, thumbs up. That's right. I cannot wait.
Oh, Canada.
Ta-da! Oh, I cannot wait for Peria. Why do I always get his name messed up? The guy in charge of the look at the nose on the guy Castro nose for sure. Oh, I'm telling you, listen, he is. You know,
This is what I think happened.
what happened? Tell me what happened.
This is what I think happened. So Trump knows that Pierre Poilievre
Yes.
got a surgency. So he says, I'm going to do tariffs on Canada. Well, who's in charge? Trudeau,
Right.
right? And then they're like, hey, what? You didn't say anything, blah, blah, blah. Then he resigns. So I think Trump said it to make Trudeau look bad.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean...
And then calling him governor and we're going to make a 51st state.
It was all a ploy.
This
to make
guy
him
is a
look
master.
bad.
And look at what's happening in Greenland. They got Donald Trump Jr. flying over to Greenland.
Yeah.
Listen, I would not be surprised if Greenland is part of the United States, but not by the end of his 4 years. Listen, let me just tell you right now, America, the world, in the next 4 years is going to be completely different the way it is right now. I'm just trying to tell you right now. If you think that things are going to be status quo, get... Oh, my God. Listen, the reason Canadians are in such suffrage is because of the stupid carbon tax. You get rid of that. There's no reason for to carbon tax everything. It is a socialist wish list. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. All I'm going to say, baby. All I'm going to say. We are Protinkertoys.com, and we are the greatest toy store on earth. We have slot cars. I even have them all my exclusives. So these are all my exclusives. And I love all my exclusives. These are my favorite. These 4 are my favorite. And you're saying, why are they your favorite? Because they mirror the 4 that we did that we completely sold out. And I thought it'd be cool to do them in Thunderjets. And I think these would have sold better if I came out with them one a year. It would have taken 43 years if I came out with all these cars one at a time. I'd have been dead. I'm taking my pastor to lunch today. You got to pray for Mike Sullis. He's got pancreatic cancer. They don't know, and that's what we got to pray about, is that they get the truth. But these are really cool cars. These are 57 Bel Airs. Nothing can make Trudeau look worse than he makes himself look. What a wingnut. Well, I totally agree, Robert. Nothing. I look at those. I totally agree, Robert. And I'm sorry. You know, we all have to go through these when we have bad leaders. But there's one thing that people have to understand. Okay. And I learned this, gosh, when I was 21, when I had Young's Newsstand. If you leave a retailer to do what he does, basic rules, you know, you don't want to cheat people, you know, just basic stuff, and you let them alone, there is nothing that can't stop it. Canadians, if Canadians are left to do what they're good at, Canadians have a lot of potential. And unfortunately, I mean, how is it, oh, I shouldn't talk about this. Nah, I'm not going to. Anyway, we have a lot of fun stuff. Now, all of these cars are going to be on sale. All my exclusives are going to be on sale during this 40 to 30% off, because here's the deal, guys. And I guess I have to just make this claim again, because we've been down this a year ago. I was in Mexico a year ago. I got back at the end of January. The fact of the matter is, we need to move out a lot of our exclusives so we can come out with new ones. That's really what it is. And in 21 and 22 and 23 and now 24, we just basically were surviving, you know. We didn't come out with any new product, and we need to get rid of all of these exclusives. Okay, we literally need to clean them out of our inventory. So if you want to buy a bunch of this stuff at a great price, all you have to do is call me. There's no picking and choosing. We're going to say, here are the cars that are for sale. And thanks for the endorsement, Bryan. Canadians need some moral support these days. Listen, I worked for a Canadian company, Robert Fish. I worked for Irwin Toy for nearly 7 years, okay? I loved Grant Irwin. Grant Irwin was the guy that gave me my job, okay? I went to Toronto every month, it seemed like. I drove from Bowling Green, Ohio to Toronto every month. I got on the expressway, crossed the border, went to Toronto. All the people were wonderful. I always had fun there. Canadians have so much to offer, but their backs are being, there's a thumb on their back, okay? And they can't do anything, which to me is criminal. But that's all I'm going to say, you know. So we are getting low on certain cars. We want to have, just to let you know, we want to have 24 to 48 of any car. So this tray right here will hold 24 cars, okay? Like, for example, this is all we have left of this car, which is the white Bel Air. This is all we have of this car, okay? So obviously we're not going to be putting this car on sale. Same thing with this car. This car is almost sold out, which is the flamed one. And this one's a shocker, but we're almost out of this, which is our club car, which is beautiful. 4-gear, this is just a beautiful car. People love this car. This is all we have left of this. VW Beetle. Now this one we have a little bit more. I think we have like 150 of these. So we would like to get down to 48. Just 48. That's all I want. And so that's what David Daniel's doing is this big sale we're having right now. Okay. Notice how it's not. Let's see. The good old days, Brian. Notice how it's not. Thanks for the endorsement, Brian. Canadians need some yellow. Canadians need some moral support these days. I can't imagine what you people are going through in Canada. I mean, think about it. You're being carbon taxed because of the carbon is going to kill people. It makes no. It's a way to get money to fund all their social crap programs. Oh, it's amazing. Anyway, so, all right, so we're not going to talk about Canada anymore. We still have some of these cars left too. The Badmans. And, we have the Nomads. I don't know why this is not selling. I can never understand why this didn't sell. There are only 750 of these. You know, just so you know, and we only have like 50 left, but they're just not selling. Extraction. Anyway. Don Perdone, the hooker, LA hooker, we almost out of. We got the silver, black, and gold GT40s. These are sweet cars. I love these cars. I'm taking my pastor to lunch today. We were going to go to Chick-fil-A, but I think I want to go to Five Guys. Five Guys. Gold, silver, black. And then we have my Mayflower, which is probably my favorite car, the Mayflower. That they have not been extracted. Let's see. Robert Fish says, there are so few Canadians in the world. That's what we do. That's what we do up here is insignificant in the big picture. No, you know what I've said this. I made this comment a couple of years ago, which I can never understand. I think this is because of the socialist mindset that permeates Canada, is that you are in the same, you literally share our border, okay? The United States of America. You have cities, Windsor, which is right across the street or the river from Detroit. Your whole country is 40 million people. Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, basically is the entire population of Canada. Go figure that out, okay? I don't understand why there are not more Canadians. I can't understand it. I mean, and if you say it's the weather, well, that's crazy because, you know, you got New York, New England, which is over 50 million people. I mean, I don't understand why I don't know why Canada doesn't have at least 150 million people. At least 150 million people. I don't understand it. I do understand it, but it's get to people to believe it. That's the hard part. And that's freedom. It's what it's all about. You unshackle people, you let them do under a just and Judeo-Christian values, you can do anything you want. And that is get a Mayflower and travel the country. Look at that, baby. Isn't that sweet? Isn't that Mayflower sweet, baby? Look at that. Get that Mayflower and go, baby, go. Get in a Mayflower, baby. And I've been to Canada. You know, we've been to Canada. You know, you go to parts of Canada right outside Ontario, it's never been developed. You say, well, we don't want it developed. Okay, then fine, you know. God said for us to take dominion over the earth. Okay, and that's what we're supposed to do. You got Michigan that's got millions of people in it, and it's got you got Grand Rapids that's got, I can't tell, 200,000 people or something. I love I love Bryan. I love Bryan for his passion for slot cars. New York has 5 crossings. No, listen, it's crazy what's going on in Canada right now. It's absolutely amazing. And you know what's really awesome too is getting yourself a 1947. No, that's not 47. But you're getting yourself, these are almost sold out. If you don't get one of these right now, hasta la vista, baby. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. How about this? I love these. Boy, these are beautiful. Look at these things. These things, they scream, I want, somebody needs to buy me. That's what these things scream. You look at this car right here. Look at these things. You can't tell me that these scream, hey, I would love to be in your house on your track. Look at that. Look at these things. Absolutely beauty. I love these. I love these. That's what's so awesome about slot cars. It's so fun. Oh, you know what happened too? I'm very upset. Okay, you can't afford to have children because it takes both couples. I know. That's my point. Okay? That's my point. If you can't have children, your society is going to collapse. Unbelievable. Okay, now, here's another car that I do not understand why I have not sold more of these. Okay? Now, you're saying to me, what do you mean, Bryan? Well, I do not have a single one of these cars in stock right now. And I've had over 7 different varieties of these in stock, okay? And I don't have a single one of these cars in stock right now. Not a single one. But for some reason, and I think it's because of the design, but I thought, well, this would be kind of cool because no one's ever done one of these things. But I don't have a single one of these cars in stock right now. And that is the VW Beetle. And we've had over 5 of them since I've opened. Okay? And I don't have a single one. And why these are still in stock, I have no idea. And this is a beautiful looking car too. You cannot tell me that that's not a beautiful car. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Tell me that that's not a beautiful car. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeffrey. Go ahead and make my day. I love Mayflower. Remember, as a little boy coming up the street. Oh, I know. That's why I did them. It's not. Oh, thanks, Mike. Mike said this is not a pretty car. Thank you very much, Mike. Unbelievable. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing? Reminds me of a car Kathy would total. That's not very funny there. I'm going to let her know that. I'm going to let her know that, Adam. I'm going to let her know that you said that, Adam. You better retract it because I'm going to send it to her right now. Oh my gosh. Reminds me of a car Kathy would total. Unbelievable. Look at that. I had 4 VW Beetles. The first one was my sister's that I drove in high school. Then I bought one when I was in Connecticut or in Virginia Beach. I blew the engine. The second one was a used one in Connecticut. Matter of fact, I went to take it to a repair place, and they said, you know, I wouldn't drive this anymore because if you hit anything, your body would just the body would slide off the chassis. The last one I bought was totally reconditioned, a beautiful car, and then I traded it for a Ford Escort. Unbelievable. 1980 Ford Escort. So I had 4 VWs in a 2-year period. Go figure that. So we are going to sign off because I have to get ready to go to lunch with my pastor. I hope today was a great show. I hope everybody had fun. Tomorrow we're going to be doing another one. And the problem, when all the kids were at the house, they totally destroyed my layout. All my tanks are destroyed. Everything on that table is destroyed. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Anyways, we got a great sale going on right now. Best big deals 40 and big deal 30. And this is your time to get a great deal at Protinkertoys.com. Of course, it's always a good time to get something at Protinkertoys.com because we are the fun toy store. And I am Bryan. At Protinkertoys.com. Check out all the new exclusives, or all the new releases, SC 4, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. I want to thank everybody for watching. We've had 45 viewers watching today. That's pretty awesome for an old man like me that nobody likes, that sits and watches me for 2 hours. That is kind of unique, you know. If you really stop and think about it, you know, 45 is not a lot of people. I mean, it's like a small congregation. But I've got 45 people here that are sitting at home. They're just gooping around, and they're watching me talk and just bumble around like an old fart. Is basically, which is kind of funny, really. Who's that? Who's that?
UPS.
Yeah, come here.
What's up?
Oh, give that to Mac.
Give it a hit up there.
Yeah. He's the UPS guy. Another gun returned. We're always getting gun returns. I get tired of them. Waiting for the new stuff. That's right, new stuff, baby. How are the roads? How are the roads?
Not too bad. A lot
How are
better
you
than
doing?
Yesterday. Good.
Are you the new permanent driver yet, or are you still part-time?
I am still part-time. I'm still shifting around.
You shifting around? What's your plan? Do you think you're going to stay with UPS?
Yeah, definitely.
You better.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stay.
You better stay. I mean, it's going to be a good retirement.
Oh, yeah.
Just talk to, what's his name? Phil, or what's his name? The guy that's the regular driver?
Yeah, I think it
He's
is
been
so.
doing it for a long time.
Mhm.
I know a guy, one of our slot car guys, he's been doing it for ever,
Yeah.
man. And he's kicking it right now. And he's 70, almost 70, and he's still doing it.
Oh, geez.
I mean, I wouldn't do it that long.
No,
but-
I wouldn't do it that long either.
The more you were, I always tell my kids, I've told all my kids the same thing. If you do 10% more than anybody else around you,
Mhm.
you'll be 100% ahead of everybody else around you.
That is true.
Just 10%.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you do 20% more, you'll be 200% ahead of everybody else.
Right.
Because everybody else wants to do less than what everybody else does.
Right.
It's the little things that really matter in life.
Yep, I agree.
Okay?
Yep.
You got good work ethics, looks like.
Oh, yeah.
You want me
Yeah.
to sign that?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know why it's not. Usually there's like the CIR.
Well, isn't he back
where we can
there?
put- No, he's not.
He's not?
No.
All right.
What's your name?
I don't know. Brian? You're not
Yeah.
married yet.
No, I'm single. I'm only 24.
He's
I've been
only
over there.
24.
Been over there for
24?
year and a half.
You're
now.
only 24?
Yeah.
2 more years. You got 2 more years
Yeah.
to get married. 30. Don't let it go further than 30.
Don't want to go further. than
No,
that.
and I've always told people, I said, the more kids you have, the less taxes you pay.
Yeah,
okay?
that's true. Yeah.
So I haven't paid
Yeah.
any taxes in my entire life. Only paid taxes 1 year.
Yeah. I never looked at it.
And
That
I
way,
got
but
10
you're right.
kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, baby.
That is
And
true.
plus
It's tax
plus
write-off.
the more kids you have, the younger you feel, the happier
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
Okay?
I know, yeah.
So that's my lecture to you.
I agree.
Are you is the roads bad?
They're not too bad.
Yeah, they're drifting on some of them.
Some of them, like Mermill, was a little
Yeah.
iffy, but
Yeah.
like 281 coming down. I actually live here in town.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Where
right
do you
off
live?
Church Street. Right off Church Street.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, did you graduate around here?
I grew up in Pemberville. And
Oh,
then
did you really?
Yeah, I graduated from Eastwood and then moved down here.
Really?
Yeah, and my other two brothers live in town as well. So,
Oh, you got, well, which brothers you?
Boyer.
Oh,
name?
Boyer. Do you
Yeah.
see the one that lives down at the?
Yeah, Zach Boyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is you the one that had the house redone?
Yeah, that's my.
That's your
my-
house?
no, that's my little brother.
That's your little
Nash.
brother? Good
Yeah.
grief, these guys like multiply. Like,
Yeah, I know. So that's
Rabbits.
Nash there, and then Zach's over there.
yeah, Zach is kind
Yeah,
of
I'm over
crazy.
there.
How
A
did you
little
deal
bit.
with him in high school?
Oh, I don't know.
You know, what are you? How old is he? 30?
No, I think he's only 27 or 28.
He's
now.
27. You don't
Yeah.
even look like him.
No. I said none of us really look alike. Even my younger brother. He's a bit taller than
Are
I
you
am.
sure you have the same parents?
I don't know.
You don't know?
That's a good
What?
question. I'm sure it is, but
So you decided to all live in the same town, huh?
yep. So we're all here. We're all stuck together now.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's good though. Family is
It is-
good.
it is, yeah. Especially like if you need something, you know.
Yeah,
they're
no,
right
it's
down the
that's
street.
you need to be.
Yeah.
But you need to find that person, that special person.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. Yeah, we'll get there.
I'm just kidding.
We'll get there.
You have a good day. Hey
You as
Xavier.
well.
Hey Xavier. Come here for a second.
Have a good one.
He always wants to ignore me for some reason. And by doing that, then I get more want to talk to him even more. Xavier. Come here. All right. All right, guys. So Xavier did a good job mostly. I haven't checked his bedroom yet, but he promised that he was going to start keeping his room cleaned. And so he kept the wood pellet stove somewhat filled. And so Xavier, how have you been missing me? Did you miss me?
No.
You didn't miss me at all?
No.
You got to be kidding.
No.
You didn't miss me at all the time I was gone. You said, boy, I wish Bryan was back.
Mm-mm.
Well, that's really nice. Well, you don't like me or something?
It's not that. It just
What?
It takes a lot for me to actually miss someone.
Did you enjoy your bag of chips? I got him a whole case of chips for Christmas. Did you eat them all?
No.
Have you eaten some of them?
Yes.
Did you like that gift?
It was okay.
It was okay. How's your room doing?
I'm having to tidy it up again, but I cleaned it up.
He's got to tidy it up. Okay, well, you've been doing a good job, I hear, which I like to hear that you've been doing a good job. It's just that people want to see you smile more, that you don't exert your joyfulness all the time.
Not more. It's a thing that I've had my whole life.
No, I know that, but we want more of it. I want joy from Xavier. Like, I want you to come up to me and say, "Hey, Bryan, how you doing today?" You think that would ever happen? I don't think so, guys. I've tried. All right, what Daniel got you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, did you find this? Here, come here. Maybe. Oh, wait, he might be doing this. down from our house? What are you doing? Did they tell you to do anything today or what? Your normal stuff? Okay, guys, I'm going to leave because I got to hit the train. I got to hit the train. How's everybody doing? Everybody doing fine? We want to thank everybody for watching on X. We got to get our X subscribers up because we are Protinkertoys.com, and I can show you my toy guns on X but I can't show you them on live on other channels. These are our Diecast toy guns, or nugs we call them, secretly nugs. We did that on TikTok. We got banned permanently. So don't forget to get your nugs at Protinkertoys.com. We have the largest selection of nugs in the world. Okay, so we're going to stop broadcasting. All right, so that's done. We just stopped our X live stream, and now we are now going to say, "Oh Canada, oh Canada, God save the King today." We want to have a prayer for Canada. Lord, we just pray for Canadians. We just pray that you would take the yoke of oppression from the Canadians and give them prosperity so that they can worship you and also be plentiful. And we just thank these things in Jesus' name. Thanks a lot, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. And what positive guy. A go-getter. I know he is. He's so funny. I love Xavier. He makes my day. Why are the nugs coming back? Because kids love to play with nugs. Very simple. Boys love to play with nugs. It's very simple. You don't have to be more than that. Do you realize that every household in America back in the 1960s or 50s and 60s had a cap gun in their house? Do you realize the #1 television show, literally until it was canceled, it was still #1, was Gunsmoke? Do you realize that the Riflemen, Have Guns Will Travel, Maverick, they were the #1 TV shows on television? It's all coming back, baby. And I'm going to be right there catching in. Hasta la vista, baby. But you are, but you are they coming back to you. Yes, the Wild Wild West. Matter of fact, Wild Wild West on its debut episode was a 40 share. Do you know what a 40 share means? That on their opened episode, the first pilot episode of the Wild Wild West, 40 million Americans watched that episode. Today, people say, oh, I have a 10 share or I had a 10, 11 share. You would have been canceled in the 60s with a 10 share. That's all there is to it. All I have to do is come up with a wholesome Western show and it would be #1. But they don't want to do it because it's politically incorrect. All right.